If you're an Eagles fan right now, I get it. You're angry, confused, and maybe a little embarrassed. Philadelphia just got run over by the Chicago Bears in a 24-15 Black Friday loss that exposed more than a bad game week plan. This wasn't a one-off stink. It was a clear pattern of stale play calling, sloppy execution, and a coach doubling down on a choice that's hurting his team. The simplest truth, Nick Sirianni promoted Kevin Patullo in the offseason, and after this performance, Sirianni needs to admit that decision was wrong. Reuters start with start with the scoreboard and the tape. The Bears dominated up front, piling up 281 rushing yards and getting two backs, Dondre Swift and Kyle Monangai, into triple-digit territory. Chicago dictated the clock, the line of scrimmage, and the mood of Lincoln Financial Field. When your defense can't stop the run and your offense can't sustain drives, you're not seeing random variance, you're seeing schematic failure. The Bears' game plan was simple, physical, and perfectly executed. The Eagles' response looked like a team still trying to remember its script. Reuters now zoomed to the play that crystallized everything, the tush push at 3rd and 1. That play used to feel automatic for the Eagles. This week, it collapsed into a turnover when Nahshon Wright ripped the ball from Jalen Hurts, and the Bears returned possession like a statement. That was not luck. It was a disciplined defensive adjustment and a failure of situational anticipation on Philadelphia's part. When your signature short yardage call suddenly has a glaring counter, you don't adapt with a shrug. You change the play caller or the playbook or both. ChicagoBears.com. Here's the thing about play calling. It's not just about drawing sexy plays or scheming up highlight reels. It's about sequencing, timing, and forcing opponents into problems that favor your strengths. For a team that returns nearly its entire core from a Super Bowl roster, the offense should be humming, not sputtering through drives that end in punts, missed kicks, or turnovers. Fans and analysts have been flagging Kevin Patullo's predictability and conservative third down approach all season. When even A.J. Brown starts talking about execution, that's your cue to stop defending the indefensible. NBC 10 Philadelphia, Nick Sirianni saying he's not changing the play caller after this game isn't leadership. It's doubling down on a failing experiment. I respect loyalty and coaching continuity as much as the next guy, but loyalty that costs wins becomes malpractice. Sirianni is the head coach. His job is to fix the team's problems, not to protect a staffing decision that's costing the team momentum, playoff seeding, and fan confidence. You can defend a coach or you can defend the team. You can't credibly do both when the tape screams for a correction. Bleeding Green Nation. Practical fixes don't require a full staff purge. They require an immediate reallocation of responsibilities. If Sirianni refuses to strip play calling from Kevin Patullo, then at minimum, Sirianni must assume play calling himself and simplify the offense. More quick game concepts, more motion to confuse boxes, earlier use of two back sets that keep drives alive, and fewer third and long trick plays that telegraph routes to savvy DBs. The goal isn't to reinvent the offense overnight, it's to stop bleeding yards in time of possession while Jalen Hurts regains rhythm. When your identity is run heavy, your passing game should be complementary, not an afterthought that leaves receivers isolated on predictable routes. NBC Sports Philadelphia. And let's call out the accountability chain, honestly. Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie hired this because they believed in the stability in the system. Great, but leadership means changing course when the plan fails. Sirianni, being the head coach, gives him the authority and responsibility to make the call. If he truly believes the problem is systemic and not concentrated in play calling, then prove it with evidence. Adjust third down looks, rework short yardage scripts, and show progress quickly. If no progress arrives, then owning the mistake means making the hard personnel call. Fans respect honesty and decisiveness, even when the decision is to admit you were wrong. Forbes. This isn't personal. Kevin Patullo has been a trusted assistant and deserves credit for what worked in the past. But the NFL doesn't reward yes